the stunning surrounds of the Mount Juliet estate in County Kilkenny, BallylinchStud has been synonymous with top-flight success around the globe for almost a century. A nursery of excellence, steadily increasing influence, and one where the highest standards are employed at every level, Ballylynch was initially founded as the home of the legendary racehorse and champion sire, the Tetrarch, who resided here from 1915 until he passed away some 20 years later. Since the passing of the Tetrarch, the stud has maintained its reputation as a source of successful stallions. Following in the footsteps of the Tetrarch were his son Tetratima, Fortino, whose outstanding son Caro was conceived here, and Sassafras. Not to forget King's Theatre, the leading champion national hunt sire, who died in 2011. In Beat Hollow, Dream Ahead, Intense Focus, Lawman and Lope de Vega, BallylinchStud boasts a stallion roster that includes top proven sires, as well as playing host to some of the most exciting young stallions currently available to European breeders. Over the last 20 years, we have concentrated on developing a select and high-class band of broodmares, who have gone on to produce multiple high-class runners around the world. And these mares complement the impressive stallion roster by supplying top proven producers to help develop the careers of our young stallions. Furthermore, the stud has guided a host of top-class racehorses through the formative stages of their careers, and in 2013 alone, Ballylynch was the source of 3 of Europe's very best juveniles, in the Group 1 winning trio of Astaire, Chrysalium and Sudirman. Chrysalium had an amazing year, with victories in the Group 1 Shadwell Fillies Mile at Newmarket and in the Group 1 Breeders' Cup Juvenile Fillies Turf at Santa Anita, which culminated in her being crowned European Champion 2-year-old filly and Cartier 2-year-old filly. The Breeders' Cup Turf winner Red Rocks, the outstanding American Grade 1 winner River Keen, top-class Irish juveniles such as Priory Bell and Danaskaya, and the 2012 Prix de l'Abbé heroine Whiz Kid are just some of the other top-flight performers that feature amongst the stud's enviable recent roll of honour. Extending our tradition of standing a leading dual-purpose sire, BallylinchStud is also home to the 4x Group 1 winning Beat Hollow, whose progeny have made a significant impact under both codes. Whether you dream of champagne days on the flat or of storming up that Cheltenham hill, Beat Hollow fits the bill. 2013 was another year in which Beat Hollow excelled under both codes. Already the sire of the top-class French juvenile proportional, he was responsible for another Group 1 winner on the level when Beaten Up won the Doomben Cup in Australia. Further high-profile success in the Southern Hemisphere came in the shape of the Group 2 scorer Sea Moon, while in America Vagabond Shoes won the Grade 2 Del Mar Handicap. Closer to home, Henry Candy's highly progressive Cape Perron ended his season with a listed win in France, and we will surely hear much more from him in the coming months. Over jumps, Beat Hollow has emerged as a sire of considerable promise, and he has already made an impact at the highest level in the national hunt sphere, courtesy of the Donald McCain-trained Cinders and Ashes, winner of the 2012 Supreme Novices Hurdle at Cheltenham.
Then Cinders and Ashes, Volcanine up the inside, Darlan is under strong pressure, Prospect Wild trying to stay on, Galileo's choices there in one there, here's the final flight, Cinders and Ashes hit hard, so too did Bombazon, then comes Trifona in response, Darlan stays on the 8P, followed by Prospect Wild, but it's Cinders and Ashes wins a Supreme Novices from Darlan and just got set.
Hollow Tree is another Grade 1 scorer for Beat Hollow over jumps, while last April Battle Group completed a notable double when winning graded races over both hurdles and fences at Aintree Grand National Meeting. Another promising runner for the sire is Willie Mullins' triple bumper winner Wicklow Brave, now unbeaten over hurdles, and all the indications point to Beat Hollow developing into one of the elite stallions of the national hunt sphere. Trained by Sir Henry Cecil, Beat Hollow finished third in an excellent edition of the Epsom Derby in 2000, on only his third start, before earning his first Group 1 stripes in Longchamp's Grand Prix de Paris, a race he won in typically determined fashion from Premier Pas.
Beat Hollow qui va rallier le poteau sans être inquiété par Premier Pas qui se défend très bien. Regnum est troisième.
He went on to flourish in America for Bobby Frankel, racking up 3 Grade 1 wins in 4 months. In the Turf Classic at Churchill Downs, he lowered the colours of 5-time Grade 1 winner With Anticipation. Next, he accounted for Breeders' Cup Mile runner-up Forbidden Apple in Belmont's Manhattan Handicap, Finally, he triumphed in the iconic Arlington Million by accounting for subsequent Japan Cup second Sarafan.
As the field turns for home, Beat Hollow turns it on. Beat Hollow will streak past the 8th hole with a 3-length lead. Forbidden Apple on the inside, happen between horses, struck the stage, blazing fury with anticipation. It's still Beat Hollow. Beat Hollow by 3, coming down to the finish. Forbidden Apple and struck the stage. Beat Hollow wins.
Talent, resilience and class are the hallmarks of the progeny of Beat Hollow, as you would expect from a son of Sadler's Wells, out of the Irish Oaks winner Weems Bite, from the family of Oasis Dream. His pedigree also boasts Marteline, a leading young French National Hunt stallion, while Beat Hollow's full brother Court Cave has also made a notable impression from his initial jumping runners. We at Ballylynch have no doubt that if you're seeking a natural successor to our late great King's Theatre, we have him here in Beat Hollow. Easily one of the most exciting horses to join the Irish stallion ranks in recent years is the brilliant sprinter Dream Ahead, who retired here in 2012, and his first crop of foals certainly captured the imagination of buyers last autumn. At the Goffs November foal sale, he was the leading first crop sire by top price and average, with his progeny making up to €200,000 and averaging €55,567. It was a similar story at the Tattersalls December foal sale the following week, where his offspring made up to 170,000 guineas. During his 9-race career, Dream Ahead amassed a hugely impressive haul of 5 Group 1 victories, from 6 to 7 furlongs. From the moment he made a winning debut by 9 lengths in a Nottingham maiden, Dream Ahead's stellar potential was there for all to see, and by the end of his career, only one of his contemporaries, Frankel, had won more races at the highest level. Pitched into Group 1 company for his second start, Dream Ahead was a commanding winner of the Prix Morny, where he defeated a field headed by the subsequent French 2000 Guineas winner, Tin Horse. Better still was to come though, as Dream Ahead produced one of the performances of 2010 by annihilating his rivals in the Group 1 Middle Park Stakes at Newmarket, where he crossed the line with a stunning 9 lengths to spare over the top-class Strong Suit.
But look at Dream Ahead now on the outside, shaken up, making it look easy as they race into the dip. Out of the dip now, Dream Ahead strikes on from Strong Suit, and he's left them standing. It's Dream Ahead. He's way too good. Dream Ahead, a dream horse, wins the middle part. Brilliant. Second, it's tight. Strong Suit and Approve.
He's an amazing horse. He really is, you know. I mean, he gives you a feel like no other horse has ever given me, you know. Unbelievable. He swallows them up, you know. Yeah. He's an amazing horse to ride.
Dream Ahead's performances at 2 were enough to see him crowned joint European champion 2-year-old alongside Frankel. A rating of 126 at the end of his juvenile career meant that Dream Ahead was assigned a mark which has only been bettered twice over the last 20 years. Furthermore, it made him the equal of such outstanding 2-year-old champions as New Approach and Johannesburg. At 3, Dream Ahead continued to carry all before him, as he emerged as a sprinter of rare quality and consistency. He once again ended the year with a Timeform rating of 133, as well as being crowned joint champion European sprinter. Dream Ahead's first Group 1 success of 2011 came in the July Cup, and that victory meant that Dream Ahead had emulated the now leading sire Oasis Dream in winning both the Middle Park Stakes and the July Cup.
For the first time this week, and it's Lebrano who's bagged the rail. From Amico Fritz Oracle to the outside of Bated Breath, and then Elzarm in the blue and white jacket. Star Witness poking through. Jimmy Styles doesn't look the maddest gallop. War Artist on the far side with Dalgar, and behind them is Hitchens in a pink cap. Delegator is held up. Monsieur Chevalier being scrubbed along. Dream Ahead in the pink jacket on the near side on the rail. Further back is Regal Parade. Also towards the back is now Genki and Winker Watson as they head down inside the final quarter mile, and it's going to be a burn up through the final stages here, and Bated Breath coming through, quickling well from Lebrano, then Hitchens, Delegator unleashing a run from the back with Star Witness, War Artist on the far side, Bated Breath now, Dream Ahead coming through under Hayley Turner. It's Bated Breath from Dream Ahead, and Dream Ahead is getting there easily. Oh, he's gone on for a wonderful win in the July Cup. What class!
A further top-level success was to come in the Haydock Sprint Cup in September, where he defeated another quality field of sprinters to become the first horse in 24 years to win the July Cup and the Haydock race in the same season, but there was better still to come.
As he often does, Bated Breath is coming after him. Dream Ahead and Bated Breath. Hoof It is challenging late now. It's Dream Ahead finding a little bit extra. Still all over the shop here. A difficult ride and giving it away. Bated Breath on the near side. Hoof It on the far side. Close home. It's going to be very close.
Following his victory over Bated Breath and 3 other Group 1 winners in the Haydock Sprint Cup, for the final start of his career, Dream Ahead was up to 7 furlongs for the Group 1 Prix de la Forêt, where his rivals were headed by the incomparable, record-breaking mare Goldikova.
To go, and it's the second winning post into the home straight now, and it's Flash Dance out in front, setting a really good clip now from Warthart up on the outside. In behind them is Goldikova going well. Further back in the field, Dream Ahead sitting in their slipstream. Further back, Diva Dream has broken down and has dropped right out. Halfway up the home straight, and Goldikova got through on the inside. Warthart is now challenging, and here's Dream Ahead on the outside. Goldikova, the champion mare, she gets down to fight here as Dream Ahead on the outside comes at her. It's Goldikova and Dream Ahead. They're stride for stride. She's sticking her neck out. She's a champion. She's just in front. Now another lunge from Dream Ahead. They hit the line. Maybe Dream Ahead. It's very tight. Dream Ahead.
Yet again, Dream Ahead proved equal to the task at hand, and he came out on the right side of a thrilling last furlong duel to defeat the great French champion by a head. A son of the top-class Diktat and out of the crack sprinter Land of Dreams, Dream Ahead boasts explosive speed throughout the dam side of his pedigree. He retired as the winner of 6 of his 9 races, with 5 of those victories coming at Group 1 level. A champion at 2 and 3, he was easily one of the very best racehorses to have emerged from his generation, and he genuinely represents one of the most exciting recent additions to the European stallion ranks. In 2013, Intense Focus enjoyed the sort of start to his stud career that most stallions can only aspire to. He ended the year as the second leading first crop sire in Europe, having produced 19 individual winners, headed by the top-class Kevin Ryan trained Group 1 winner Astaire. Astaire showed himself to be one of the leading English 2-year-olds of his generation when defeating some quality opponents to claim the Group 2 Gimcrack Stakes at York in August.
Halfway point here. Astaire just with a narrow advantage from Parbold, with My Catch on the heels of these on the outside. Tracking the near side, Saya making progress under a bit of pressure. Cable Bay needs some racing room behind them. Justice Day is weighted with as well. Wilshire Boulevard is just picking up a little bit on the near side, having been slightly outpaced, but they're racing up towards the final furlong, and it's Astaire has made just about every yard so far, still in front from Parbold. Coming down towards the final furlong then, Astaire from Parbold. Wilshire Boulevard still sticking to his task quite well. Then behind these is Cable Bay, and a race inside the final furlong, and it's Astaire holding on. Neil Callan, Parbold the far side, one final thrust. How game is this? Astaire goes on to win the Gimcrack from Wilshire Boulevard, and Parbold in third.
There was better still to come from him, as he ended his season in the best possible style with a terrific success in the Middle Park Stakes, readily accounting for a classy field that included the likes of the leading Irish juveniles Sudirman and Great White Eagle.
Flank and Speed Fiend at the rear. Astaire continuing to lead as they race down inside the final 2, pursued by Hot Streak, who's now beginning to try and launch a challenge. Astaire found a little bit when ridden and has got a little bit of momentum down into the dip. They lead by a length. Hot Streak, then Justice Day. Several struggling to get on terms, notably Great White Eagle. Astaire is now joined by Hot Streak on the run uphill for home. Justice Day running a mighty race, then Suderman. Astaire is tough, and Hot Streak struggling to get by. Astaire by a neck from Hot Streak onto the run to the line, and Astaire will win the Middle Park for Neil Callan. Caddy ride as well. Hot Streak, Justice Day, Speed Fiends run a blinder in 4th, Suderman next, and Supplicant 6th.
With his other first crop representatives, including the likes of the classy Jim Bulger trained filly Heart Focus and the talented Home School, who held his own in good company on both sides of the Atlantic, Intense Focus has already made quite an impact at stud. A son of Giant's Causeway and a Group 3 placed daughter of Danehill, who hails from the outstanding Fanghorn family, Intense Focus had class and durability in equal abundance, as evidenced by an excellent juvenile campaign where he ran 9 times and kept the best of company. After getting off the mark in a 6-furlong maiden at the Curragh, where his opponents included the subsequently classic-placed Westphalia, Intense Focus continued to go from strength to strength. He placed in the Group 2 Coventry Stakes at Royal Ascot and Railway Stakes, as well as the Goffs Million and the Prix Jean-Luc Lagardère. but remarkably his finest hour was to come at the end of a busy campaign, where he claimed victory in the fastest Dewhurst Stakes run for over 40 years. Pitted against some of Europe's top juveniles, Intense Focus emerged victorious over a field that included horses of the calibre of Rip Van Winkle, Delegator and Lord Shanakill.
Behind this is Rip Van Winkle, and struggling at the back of the field is Prime Delivery as they head down past the bushes now, and it's Finjan who's taking it up. Two Shawil and the Yellow Jacket in second place, Lord Shanakill behind these, then Intense Focus, then comes Soul City, Rip Van Winkle and Delegator and Ashram are all going to try and challenge on the outside as Intense Focus in the white now, comes through to join Finjan, Shawil behind those, Lord Shanakill, then Delegator on the outside from Ashram. There are 6 in line, Finjan, Intense Focus, Lord Shanakill together, heading up towards the line now, Intense Focus, Lord Shanakill and Finjan, 3 who can't split as they went past the line, and behind them was Shawil in 4th place.
As one who showed terrific battling qualities to go with his undoubted class, and being from a top-class family, Intense Focus has already made compelling appeal to breeders and buyers, and their faith has been reflected by results on the track. With the support of his Hall of Fame trainer, Intense Focus looks sure to become one of Europe's best young sires. The Ballylynch Stallion roster for 2014 is headed by Lawman, whose results with his first 3 crops of runners make him one of the most sought-after young sires in Europe today. Another memorable year on the track for Lawman's progeny featured a classic success for the Charlie Hills trained Just the Judge. She more than delivered on the considerable promise of her juvenile career by developing into one of the star 3-year-old fillies of 2013. A narrow defeat in the English 1000 Guineas on her comeback was followed by a well-deserved success in the Irish 1000 Guineas at the Curragh several weeks later.
Standing on Just the Judge, being followed by Big Break inside the last 150, and Just the Judge comes through to head, Just Pretending, Big Break and Wren's Nest, and up towards the finish. It's a classic victory for the Qatar family as Charlie Hills wins with Just the Judge and Jamie Spencer from Just Pretending, Big Break.
This Group 1 triumph for Just the Judge saw her become the 3rd individual Group 1 winner sired by Lawman, following top-level successes in 2012 for Most Improved and Law Enforcement. Like Just the Judge, Most Improved showed tremendous promise at 2, and did even better at 3, as he showed here by defeating a quality field in the Group 1 St James's Palace Stakes at Royal Ascot.
Straight, Most Improved on the far side, strikes the front from Foxtrot, Romeo and Gregorian. Ermeval, Lecain, Gabriel out wide, Born to See, then Dragon Pulse, and then back in the field, Powers on the extreme outside, but has a lot of ground to make up inside the final furlong. Most Improved, Gregorian, followed in 3rd by Foxtrot, Romeo. Ermeval's trying to get on turns. It's Most Improved and Kieran Fallon by a length and a half to Gregorian. Here comes Ermeval with a final flourish, but Most Improved will hold them at bay and wins the St James's Palace.
Meanwhile, Law Enforcement made relentless progress during his juvenile career, winning 4 of his 5 starts, which culminated in the Richard Hannon inmate capturing the Group 1 Grand Criterium on his final start in 2012.
Arrivo serratissimo, Law Enforcement che attacca severamente Sorella Bella, Law Enforcement che passa su Sorella Bella per Frutta al Largo che prova ad agganciarlo, Law Enforcement che viene a vincere il Grand Criterium, lasciando in lotta per Frutta e Sorella Bella per la...
To date, Lawman is responsible for some 22 stakes performers, and he has sired stakes winners from 5 furlongs to 1.5 miles, demonstrating the quality and versatility that are synonymous with top stallions. Another of his daughters, Nargis, chased home Just the Judge in the 2012 Rockfell Stakes, and Nargis was also to develop into a high-class 3-year-old last term, with her efforts headed by a victory in the Group 3 Sceptre Stakes at Doncaster.
And now inside the last couple of furlongs, Hughes crouching a little lower on Maureen, draws alongside the pace-setting switcher. Anecdote finds daylight. Zariga under the rail, still in the thick of the action. Winning Express on the far side. Down to the last furlong they come. Anecdote quickening up to challenge here. Nargis also bursting through, having found a split late on. And Nargis shows a superior turn of foot inside the last and begins to stretch away. A bunch on for the placings, but Nargis in control. Kimani wins the Sceptre again, and Nargis is too good.
The likes of Group 3 placed Diagan and progressive Birdcatcher Nursery winner Hidden Oasis led the way amongst another strong juvenile crop in 2013. And with further improvement likely, the immediate future certainly looks bright. With his yearlings making up to 340,000 guineas last autumn and averaging an impressive €72,955, Lawman's prowess has certainly hit home in the sales ring. And in 2013 alone, he was responsible for the £215,000 sale topper at the Doncaster Premier Yearling Sale and the £210,000 top lot at the Doncaster Breeze Up Sale in April. The best son of leading sire Invincible Spirit, Lawman carried all before him during his racing career. An emphatic winner of his only juvenile start, he underlined his stellar potential with an ultra-stylish front-running victory in the Group 3 Prix de Guiche. He then turned in another dominant pillar-to-post display in the Prix de Jockey Club, where he was much too good for a number of subsequent Group 1 winners.
Avec le 13 Lawman qui est le meilleur dans la montée, attaqué par No Dream, par Lou Breton qui vient fort, avec également Visionario, Literato en pleine piste, la casaque verte, manche stock bleu, avec également Zambezison encore plus en dehors, avec Stéphane Pasquier à 200 mètres du but, Lawman, Frankie Dottori devant Literato, devant Zambezison, Chamninan revenu de très loin avec Broken Boy qui se défend bien à la corde, Sagara à l'extérieur, Lawman qui est le meilleur, Frankie Dottori fait le doublé à deuxième place pour Literato, Chamninan et Zambezison, Lawman s'impose.
The following month in the Group 1 Prix Jean Prat, Lawman showcased his abilities over a mile as he trounced his opponents in a race which featured that year's French 2,000 guineas winner, Astronomer Royal.
Avec la casaque orange du de Tobosa qui progresse à l'extérieur en haut de la montée.
À 200 mètres du but, Lawman qui prend maintenant deux longueurs d'avance devant Stoneside, alors que Golden Titus tente de se rapprocher avec Tobosa qui est en 3e position. Lawman, lauréat du prix du Jockey Club, qui va maintenant s'imposer sur les 1600 mètres du prix Jean Prat. Olivier Pellier s'impose.
Ballylynch also plays host to another exciting young sire in the French champion and dual classic hero Lope de Vega, whose first crop of yearlings sold especially well at the major European auctions last autumn. Lope de Vega received outstanding support in his first year at stud, covering the multiple Group 1 winning international race mare Borgia, the champion Irish 2-year-old Danaskaya, and the Queen Mary Stakes heroine Gilded, in addition to 4 Group 1 winning producers, which included the dams of Hurricane Run and Sapresa, to go with the dams of the likes of Harbour Watch and Ho Buzzard. The arrival of Lope de Vega's first crop of yearlings into the sales ring was eagerly awaited and more than matched expectations. His progeny made up to 400,000 guineas, and he was the leading first crop sire by average at Book 1 of the Tattersalls October yearling sale, where his offspring averaged almost €230,000, a hugely impressive figure. In just a few months, his first runners will hit the racetrack, and all the signs point to him making a major impact with his first runners in 2014. The outstanding French trainer, André Fabre, will prepare no fewer than 9 of his first crop 2-year-olds, a huge advantage for any young sire, while breeder Dietrich von Böttiger's staunch support likewise gives Lope de Vega every chance of proving an instant hit. A son of the sensational Chammerdal, Lope de Vega produced a series of fantastic displays in 2010, which marked him out as his sire's very best runner to date. Lope de Vega's prodigious potential was in evidence from the time he made a successful debut over an extended 7 furlongs at Deauville as a 2-year-old, and several weeks later he followed up with an impressive win at Longchamp, but the best was very much still to come. On his second start of the season at 3, Lope de Vega took his chance in a quality renewal of the Poule d'Essai des Poulains, and he produced a stunning last-to-first charge that saw him defeat a field headed by the English 2,000 guineas runner-up and subsequent Group 1 winner Dick Turpin.
Sur l'accélération et qui a le meilleur devant Rajaman. On tente de revenir maintenant à la corde avec le numéro 3 Mizan, avec Dick Turpin également accompagné à l'extérieur par Buzzword qui refait beaucoup de terrain, ainsi que Lope de Vega qui maintenant est lancé en dehors à environ 250 mètres du but.
Avec Lope de Vega qui attaque Dick Turpin qui a pris le meilleur. Lope de Vega de plus en plus fort à l'extérieur devant Dick Turpin. Mizan avec également une bonne défense côté corde de Chamalgan. Ils sont à 100 mètres du but. Lope de Vega, Dick Turpin. Lope de Vega qui prend le meilleur. Lope de Vega qui va vers la victoire dans cette poule d'essai des Poulains. Lope de Vega qui s'impose. Dick Turpin est deuxième. Troisième place pour Chamalgan.
A daunting challenge lay in wait for Lope de Vega the following month, when he was upped in distance for the Prix du Jockey Club. On his first try beyond a mile, he had to contend with a very wide draw, but he proved to be in a different league to his opponents and won with any amount to spare.
L'extérieur, pain perdu, Planteur qui a une bonne course, est en 4e position, accompagné par Ice Blue qui maintenant est décalé. On tente de revenir à l'extérieur avec Bekabad, avec Viscount Nelson qui plonge côté corde, alors que Cape Blanco maintenant tente de revenir avec Green Rock qui maintenant tente de se rapprocher à l'extérieur, accompagné encore par Ivoryland.
Avec Lope de Vega, le 13, qui est en tête à 250 mètres du but dans ce prix du Jockey Club. Planteur se lance à sa poursuite avec Ice Blue, avec pas perdu à l'extérieur. On a du mal à revenir, c'est Lope de Vega et Maxime Guyon qui sont en tête, qui se redétachent maintenant à 100 mètres du but. Lope de Vega qui est le meilleur à 100 mètres du but. Planteur se défend bien. Viscount Nelson et Bekabad viennent finir à l'extérieur, mais c'est Lope de Vega qui s'impose avec Maxime Guyon devant Planteur, pas perdu à l'extérieur.
In winning both those classics, Lope de Vega emulated his father Shammerdal on the track, and there is every reason to believe that he will be able to do the same at stud.